Hey guys, we are out walking again, and what I wanted to do today is I'm just gonna go jump out in here, and then one of my dailies is a featured time duel, so win 3 league matches. Okay, we can do that later. But what I wanted to do is I just got that booster that you see in the background there, and I just wanted to say, man, as much as there is still complaints and words sent about how terrible the current state of the game is, like, I think honestly the current state of the game is pretty good. There's a lot more balance in the figures. Yes, figures will always need to be balanced. There are figures that are still being left out. But on a whole, there's so much more balance out there now. And that is nice. There are still some OP figures. That is definitely, I'm not gonna deny that. There's still some very OP figures. I love that they're giving out more and more to all players, not just the pay-to-play players. They're starting to do that now, so that's a bonus. But what I wanted to do, so I'm up on the top, I'm the opponent on this, and I'm up on the top hand corner, and I just wanted to say, this is one of these decks that when I was doing this, I was like, man, I just want to have a quick game. I don't want to have a good opponent who's got all these good figures. That is going to be difficult. But in saying that, this is going to be a great match to showcase. There is still strategy involved. There is still, even though you have Z moves, there is still, you can pick and choose the times to use them to make the best moves, to guarantee your wins. So let's just jump on in here. My opponent started off first using the grass sphere, and I was like, well, I've got no chance of rushing, so I'm just going to put my marshal in the middle, give myself a setup, and I made a massive mistake here. He put the Dawn Wings out. I'm like, yes, I'm going to go for the gold knockout. I go straight down for the attack, and as soon as I use my plate, I was like, oh, you know what? Moonbeam Face's attack, the Dawn Wings attack, not attack, its ability is, it's going to cancel the golds, and the whole point first of me using it was like, man, I should have moved up and attacked with Dawn Wings first and then used the plates. And I was like, oh man, what a silly mistake. And it was just because I was just out, not quite, looking around, concentrating on things that are around me, and as soon as I did it, I knew exactly the mistake I had made. So I go and match him with the Bennett, and then he sets up the surround. I put out my little koi pole, and I'm trying to keep it protected from the primal, but also protecting my Necrozma for keeping myself safe. So here I'm like, well, I've got to use it. I've wasted this plate, and I go for an attack. I'm looking for my gold, and I don't get it. And I'm just like, man, oh well, what a waste. But the good thing is that that's why I'm running Delphox, so I can use my plates aggressively and potentially get them back. Now here my opponent just goes down, goes super aggressively, goes for the double chance, either looking to displace me on my white or knock me out or move over me. So I'm like, that's not a bad action actually. Then he goes down for the surround. I'm like, okay, I see you there. He goes for the attack, and as soon as this happened, I was like, ah, come on. I was like, where's the purples, where's the blues? And I was just like, man, come on. I went, and it took a little while for me to think what I was actually going to do, and I decided that I would go for the double chance. And I was like, I've got to get somebody in back attacking there and doing something. I was like, Poi Pole didn't have the best odds, this and that didn't have the best odds. You know what, my best odds is Marshall going for the gold on the Kadabra, and I got it first roll, so I was like, oh, that's amazing. But I also could have went white on white or any of those things, so that was alright. That was right. So I managed to deflect that one. That was a great setup by my opponent. Did get fortunate, but sometimes you just have to get fortunate. So here, I've got myself setting up defending. He moves forward with the Marwal, and I go and put the Delphox right down in front of him. He goes defensive, and as soon as he goes defensive, I'm like, alright, now it's my turn to pressure. I want to push on up, make him defend back, and then I'm just going to go aggressive. I want to go attacking here, looking for my Moonbeam is what I was looking for, but got the Mars Shadow on the board, so that is still the win for me. And that means that my opponent now knows he's in trouble. I found this interesting that he wanted to Mega Zone. He just wanted to keep himself safe. So here I'm like, well, you know what? Even in Mega, I'm going to attack. And even though my bar has been filled up for a little while, I'm like, I'm just going to attack, and I want to get rid of all these other forms, so I'm ready to attack when I want to attack. Then my opponent goes in. He goes in for the attack, and he's like, ha, I've got you now. I got you. But if I hit my white, that would have been a knockout for him, because it was not if his was a chain level 10, that would be a whole other story, but it wasn't. So I jump on back. He was expecting me to put my Delphox back, and I was like, you gotta either wait until I move that mon, or do something a bit different, because wait for A. He had to hope that Celebi actually won the roll with my blue or my gold, which is most of the rolls, but still the white was a knockout. And then I still had one mon covering. If it was just Delphox, yes, he would have had a good opportunity to knock me out. But then I still could have displaced. But at least if I only had one mon, it would be a far better odds. Whereas if I got my Poipole, he still had to then attack into my Delphox. And damage on Delphox is 140. He only has the 150 that can knock it out. Yes, on the purples and the misses, he can potentially roll his blue into the gold. But it's still not guaranteeing himself the win. So now I'm like, well, I want to just move down aggressively on the golds, get the entries, get all these things I need. He attacks, and I hit that blue. I'm like, yes. Even if I hit my purple, that would have been fine. So purple would have been good for me. But here I'm like, well, I just want to get rid of this Kyogre first. And if I can get rid of the Kyogre, boom, I do. I'm like, well, now that that's the case, he has got to use a gold rock, and then he does. But he does it with a Celebi. And I'm like, I'm just gonna go jump on over, pop it out. And the reason why I did that, I jumped over just to get rid of the Celebi, because he's got the grass sphere on him. Just guaranteed get rid of it. And then he's got no more gold block, he's got no more air balloons or anything like that. So I could then Moonbeam his Lucario, and then he has to rely on his Kadabra. And then I was like, wow, because he didn't move his Kadabra onto the goal, he didn't have the option of attacking me with his Dawn Wings. So it was a risky move. He did Celebi because it can't be moved, but then I still had the surround because he didn't want to push his Lucario up close. And he did put his Lucario up close, I could have Z-moves given it weight and he couldn't take goal. All those little things, like, there's still a lot of strategy. Yes, I think particularly Dawn Wings is still one of the best mons in the game, having multiple lives, having multiple forms, having a big form with a big gold, having the Moon Geist Boom and all the extra, like the Ghost and the Psychic Zen. Like, it is still by far I think the best mon in the game. But just because it's the best mon in the game doesn't mean it can't be beat. Strategize better and make better plays than your opponent. As always, you can do that, you can win. It has made things a little bit more difficult, but if you can plan things out better than your opponent, you can still get the wins. No matter how good their mons are, just have a little bit of utility in there for everything. So this is the deck that I keep going back to whenever I need quick matches. Yes, I am still just a bit bummed that if you try and use any other fun decks and things like that, like generally the matches are like 20-30 minutes. But if you can use some mons with a lot of utility, then it's still good. It's still good, and that's what I like about this. So I just wanted to get this out there, share it with you all, that the options are still there. You can still, as a free-to-play player, I could run this deck without the Ultra, of course. But then, as you saw, Ultra didn't do much good for me. But everything here, I've got everything as being a free-to-play player on this deck. So besides the Ultra Necrozma, so it can be done. It can be done. So I'll leave it there. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that there is still a whole lot of room for strategy? Still a little bummed that every time I go for deck testing, the matches are a whole lot longer because of things like Z moves, and I do understand that. So I'm not. They do have their place. I just wanted to make sure that people know you can still have good, quick, strategic games if you save your Z moves, if you have different utilities. So think about that when you're deck building, and hopefully you can make some good competitive decks that don't always take half an hour matches or get wrecked and stalled out by Z moves. So love to hear your guys' thoughts, and just keep in mind, something that I've got to keep in mind as well when I'm deck building, even for fun decks, I've still got to make sure I've got enough utility and strength in the deck. So things to deal with, like the Steelixes or the Moonbeam Faces, the Dawnwings. So I'll leave it there. Love to hear you guys' thoughts, and we'll see you guys soon.